This may be a very quick vid. So I got all these boxes from the Kijiji sale. Well, actually, it's a Facebook buy and sell sale. Mostly town and classic space and a little bit of castle. But basically, mostly it was just boxes, which is fine. I paid, I can't remember, $50 or whatever for like 50 boxes. This is one of my favorite sets from when I was a kid. I got this year 2 or 3. The first year that Classic Space came out with 1978, 1979, I got the 918. I got this the next Christmas. And it was the last year my parents bought me Lego for Christmas, because I was then 13 and they said, you're too old for Lego, and I started buying my own. But I got this one of 4 sets. I got the 6880, and I got this one. I got the 6890, and I got another one that we might talk about later. But anyway, I threw out my boxes decades ago, I think before I hit my 18th birthday, because I was just interested in the Lego, and I couldn't care less about the boxes. But then I remembered that on the back of all these boxes, they have alternate builds back in the day. And I remember actually I built all of these alternate builds for this set, and I didn't like any of them except for one. So, but mostly alternate builds, it seems like they just threw parts together. This one was a bit more cohesive than other ones. I mean, they looked like they were trying to attempt to make nice looking spaceships that look functional. But I didn't like the top left one or the right one at all. But the bottom left one, I actually liked. So I decided to, while I was here, to build the alternate build. So I actually dug this thing out a couple of days ago, and I dug out some pieces. So there's the original build. One of my favorite sets. You'll notice that I usually have 5 or 6 of them in the layout. So, because they're so awesome. It's like, seriously, it's not that complicated, but it looks so cool. I would say some sort of Sea-Doo-ish motorcycle, spider, whatever you want to call it, some quick way of getting around for the space guys. With like, I mean, this whole thing just connotes like there's a huge powerful engine inside there because of all that space. So I use it for my space guys. I mean, my police space guys to get to where they have to be. But so I put that one together really, really quickly just to remind myself about how awesome it is. So, but then I decided to build that alternate build, which you'll see right down here. Because this is kind of, back in the day, one of my favorite movies was Flight of the Phoenix, which was remade a couple of years back, but the original, I think, was 1958, maybe a little later. But a plane crashes in the desert, and smart people die, and people that are left are trying to get out of the desert, and the guy decides we're going to rebuild the plane, so it'll fly out of here. And halfway through the movie, everybody finds out that he is not an actual plane expert, he's a model plane expert. But they flew out anyway. Really good movie. I haven't seen it in decades, but I remember it being awesome. I don't even remember the remake. I can't even tell you about it or who was in it. But this thing has a whole Flight of the Phoenix vibe, because you can just see, hey, there's the original, crashes, and then the guy's piecing something together to get out of the desert. And this is what he comes up with. Or on the moonscape, shall we say, because this is space centric. So the guy smashes into a crater, and then he has to parts and pieces this thing together, because they look like this thing was obviously built from parts from this guy, but it looks like it is a Flight of the Phoenix kind of thing. So I built it again, and I'm gonna keep it together. It's gonna go into my bin of ships, and I'm gonna display it the layout. Yeah, I thought again. Very, very rare that I remembered the alternate builds of these ships and these sets. Like, I got this one too. This was one of my favorite purchases. I bought this one, obviously, because again, it came out way after my parents stopped by my Legos. I bought this one, and I saw it in the store, and I thought it was really cool. And then I always tried to do the alternate builds, but this guy was very disappointing in the alternate builds, I would say. Like, what is that? It doesn't look like anything. It looks like he just string a bunch of pieces together. And this one over here was like, I didn't even try to attempt that one when I was a kid. This one was cool. I would say that this alternate build was really nice. I won't say nearly as good as that guy, but he was sufficient enough in the rocket ship category to make it look like a real rocket ship. But I'm not going to bother. I might take some other sets and make some alternate builds. But I did this one. I'm happy with it. And there you be. And I will talk to you guys later.